Hey guys, welcome to Becoming Soulful. And on the show, we are meeting many interesting person who are pursuing their passion. I'm always fascinated by people who like to do what they want to do and who take a lot of risk in pursuing their passions. And today we have yet another interesting person. Her name is Roopashri Sinha, and she is into creating a lot of future leaders. So you must have heard the saying, readers are leaders, and she is into helping young kids develop reading habits. And you know that if anybody keeps on reading books, definitely they cannot escape becoming a leader. So today I invite Roopashri Sinha onto the camera. Hi, Roopashri, please welcome onto my show.
Hi, Vimala.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I am good. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much for accepting the
Thank you.
invitation. And what's up? Say something about you.
Yes, all good. This is amazing to be here on this show. At the same time, I was just listening to you calmly, and thank you so much for these beautiful words. Thank you.
Indeed, you are, because there are so many people who don't enjoy reading, including me. I wasn't into reading before, but after joining the corporate world, I started reading, and whatever I am right now is because of the readings I have done, and I know the importance of it. And luckily, my children are voracious readers. So I as a parent, I as a mom, know the importance of reading. So you talk
Absolutely.
about how you started this. Where are you from? Where did you get this passion from? Please talk about yourself.
Okay. So I'm an author. I'm an author, and I mentor children to young children from 8 to 12-year-old, probably, to become. I mentor them to become authors. So basically, reading is definitely backed always by the writing is always backed by reading, no doubt about it. I want them to go ahead and express their today in today's world. We need someone who can voice off their opinion, and if they want the change in the world, go ahead and change the world through their thoughts, ideas, their books. As you rightly said, we all are inspired by so many books, and these authors can do wonders in this journey. So this is about me, and I'm basically from Karnataka, but then I am settled in Mumbai last 25 years. So I am married to a person from North India, from Ranchi. So here I am.
Wow. So how did you get this idea of inspiring kids to become an author? It's a huge
Yes.
mission. It's a very huge, interesting mission.
Okay. So as a child, I had this passion since the beginning. As long as my memory, I go down to my memory lane. I have been I loved writing, especially writing. Reading I developed definitely, but then I have been I had a passion for languages. So when I started this journey, I was very young. I remember I used to write a lot, and then slowly I took it up. But then I got into corporate world, and then there was definitely being in corporate. You don't get much time for anything else other than your 9 to 5 or 8 to, I would say my job was 8 to 11, not 9 to 5. So there definitely there was a pause to it. But then yes, that motherhood brought me out of this corporate world. Then I pursued it back, and I became an author, and definitely I blog a lot on parenting. So this is one of my favorite subject. Parenting is one of my favorite subject, because I believe somewhere anything has to be rewired. That is, something has to be rewired in parenting. If you want to create a beautiful community, you need to create a beautiful children, and that onus lies somewhere with parents. So I thought of not letting my children to be at anyone's mercy. So I'm here. So then I converted into full-time mother. So when I converted myself into full-time mother, there was no end. I had my every day was filled with a lot of challenges, and I loved solving all of it, and it was a privilege. So then I thought of inspiring other children too. I have two children who are voracious readers again. So from the beginning, I knew, since I am born to parents who are also into a lot of reading. My mother was a teacher, now she's retired. So they both were into reading, inspiring thought. So this is how the journey is. Small
Wow.
journey.
No wonder
Thank
you are like this, because your mom is a
Thank you.
teacher. Very good.
Yes,
Very, very
absolutely.
inspiring to hear this.
Thank
You said parents play somewhere, their onus comes, not somewhere, everywhere. The whole world of the
Everywhere.
children
Absolutely. Absolutely.
lies in the
Yes.
attitude of the parents. And I
Absolutely.
completely agree with you. But most of the time, parents inspire children to read. There are some parents who wants their children to read, but very, very rarely we find parents who think their children can write, can become an author, unless and until that child shows some
Creativity.
some signal that it is having an
Yes.
affinity towards writing. So how did you get this thought of making kids author? There should be something behind the story.
Absolutely. As a child, in fact, I'm a very talkative person, so as long as my memory goes always, my parents said, why don't you keep quiet? How much you have to say? They did not understand the fact that I want to express. And my daughter is very, very talkative. I thought of converting in her talks, her expression, into giving her a direction. I always believed, as a parent, if the child has so many things to express, if someone is not there to hear them, write it down. She writes well. She is now 10-year-old. Even her lot of she has a good writing skill. Her things get published in her school magazine as well. So I inspire children more than I motivate them to write down. Because not that every time everyone is in a frame of mind to hear what you want to hear. So rather leave a legacy. Rather, if share that with the wrong person, rather leave a legacy. Yeah. So this is where I always wanted. I'm an I'm an expressive person, and then I thought somewhere children needs to given an outlet. All this frustration when they are not heard. Me being always around the children, I have seen sometimes we are unable to hear them. The kind of trauma, or more than a trauma, I would say frustration they go through. Somewhere I believe that there should be an outlet to express and let them create something nice, something their legacy.
Love you so much for what you're doing, because there are so many parents out there who keep saying, shut up your mouth, keep quiet. And even the teachers don't encourage kids asking questions. And you have beautifully channelized that challenge, that problem. I love you as a mother. I love you as a social conscious person. And I love you as a, if I were a child, and if I find some kind of a person who is going to understand the child's pain, and then instead of shutting up the child, and you have found a channel, not only for your child, for the entire world. I'm really so proud of you, Roopashri. I'm really proud of you.
I am reaching soon. Children club is reaching soon to 100, and all the parents have one thing to say is why don't you come up? Then I thought about how to make them a better writers. Then I started with reading clubs, so that if you ask a child, go, this is a book, go ahead and read. They will say, no, it's boring. So then I thought of many ways how to find my own children to get to read. It's a task for parents. I'll give you a simple example. If someone asks you, go ahead, read this book. Even you might find it, boring. But then we always impose things on children. Why don't you find a better solution for them? You know, give them a book, ask them to read it for 3 or 4 minutes. They will agree to this because it's a very short period. Ask them to come back, illustrate whatever they have done. They will be more than happy. Then again, go back, ask them to read the next page, come back with some adjectives which starts with A. So they are, get them inculcated, get them to drag them. In fact, my children say, when are you giving me the next book? So, they are done with it. We are done with this. Sometime I'm busy. I have to tell them, okay, we will do this exercise next time. So you need to find a ways to engage the child, and definitely, I would not say it's a mother's responsibility, but at the same time, primarily it's a mother's responsibility. Somewhere I believe, because one of the partner have to go ahead and work and earn the livelihood.
So let's say both the parents have to do that. For example, absolutely. In some homes, fathers are more inclined towards reading. In some homes, mothers are more inclined to reading. They don't have the patience to. So what is your message for the parents? You as a parent have found something very interesting and very forward thinking activity to channelize a child's attitude, or the chat box. I can call this as a channelizing the chat box, chatterbox.
Chatterbox.
What is your simple tip for the parents? If not only about talking, how did you get the idea of channelizing it? So what is your simple tip for parents to identify their child's gift, which comes across as a temper tantrum, or comes across as an attention-seeking activity like hyperactive child, or too much of playful child, or too much of talkative child? So children will have a lot of inclination towards one activity, which is a very good tool to find out their gift. But in our society, parents are not trained to identify that as a gift. Instead, they try to shut it off and say, go and study. So please give me one simple tip for all the parents.
Yes. My upcoming books are also on that. So I would love, people to know, how beautifully we can nurture these, beautiful children. So at the same time, I would love to tell you one simple thing is spend, it is very expensive thing today. If I say spend time, but then they deserve all our time. And if you ask me, can everyone, even a working mother, can spend time? Whatever the time you are spending with them, be attentive to them. Tell them, very simple, this half an hour I have, and I want to dedicate this to you. And see the magic in child. It will not come and bother you for the, now I start my day at 5, I end my day around 10:30, sometime maybe 11. They know, right now I have got into something. So when I have to manage their time with me, I tell them, this is 15 minutes we are going to have all together, breakfast together. And this is us. We are going to talk only about us, nothing else. Give them whatever the time you have, please give them unconditional, undivided attention. Please don't, we all can do that. We all can do that when we say, you are already getting, from what are they expecting from me, that 15 minutes that, when you are spending with them, you are already getting the hint for all those things, what are they expecting from us. And it is simple, then it becomes very, very easy for a parent to, it is very easy for us. Okay, if you finish the food, I'll get you the toy today. If you finish this, the food, I'll give you the chocolate today. Have you ever said, if you finish this food, or if you do this, I'm going to spend some time with you, and I'm going to read a story for you today. So have you ever said that? And child never asked any toy, no chocolate. This is all introduced. This toxic world is introduced by us, we parents.
Yeah.
They never knew. They never knew something like this. Apart from you, anything else is foreign for them. So let them explore you. And whatever you want to find in them today, since I have again started my second career, then I find my children all the more supportive, all the because they know that that is my that intelligence quotient is somewhere asking, somewhere asking me to utilize my potential. So they're supporting me because I have trained them all this year to know that what was my priority, what will be my priority, and how is it going to go. I request parent to spend as much as time with them and let them know you better. That's it.
Wow, you're such a beautiful soul, Rupa, because
Thank
I
you.
always love parents who are very, very supportive with children, who truly listen. When I say listen, not just listen, but
Yes.
literally who understand the soul
Yes.
and heart of a child. Because as you said, the child's world is you and only you, and everything else is a foreign body for the child. And I love your soul for what you're doing, not only for your
Thank you.
children, for the other
Thank you.
children also. God bless you. And why parents are not having the patience? Why parents are so distracted?
It is very, I have been, I have been a child for a working mother. My mother was working, she was a teacher. I have been mostly brought up by my grandmother. That is the time, as a child, probably I always decided, I had all the love and luxury from my grandparents. But then what mother can give, only mother can give. The day my child was born, so I planned my career in such a way that, like, I could leave my job. I would tell parents who, when you said patience, patience is not something which I believe, if I'll ask all the parents on this, it's an opportunity for me to ask all the parents. If someone tells you, wait for, I'm going to get you 10 lakh rupees, but then you'll have to patiently wait for 1.5 months. Will they not wait? They will wait. Patience is subjective. I don't think so. If there is a marital problem, one partner even being aggressive, too calmly they wait so that, they don't break up, they don't have a they don't get trolled in social life. So that's what they calmly wait, they subside. The marriage teaches, this institution teaches us to, compromise. They do that. When it comes to children, it's basically somewhere they believe it's a weaker section. It is, when we talk about that, we can throw anything on them. It is not so. It is your responsibility, because they children never told you to get them to this world. It's we who brought them to bring them up. So it is entirely it has to be privilege. It is your privilege to bring them up. After all, parents, because as you rightly said, why we do not have patience, because we have thought, taking my son or daughter to a dancing class, taking my daughter to dropping her to school, getting her this gadget. We have so many duties, but they have only one duty: to give a beautiful person to a society. Ultimately, all our ways should lead into that. We do not have so many responsibilities. So when it comes to patients, they all have to understand, not necessarily the person who stood first, or who did scored well in 10th is doing great today. When my children, they get shouting from me only when I see them indisciplined. It never happens that when they are not studying or something. Yes, if it is studies but they're indisciplined, that's what they have not finished, probably they will hear something from me. Otherwise, patience is subjective. Parents, think you are dealing with human being. They're equally important. They have self respect. They're equally important. Their life is equally important. They're not at your mercy. Rather, you are at the mercy of their activity. Tomorrow, if the child creates a bad impression, that means your whole status is at stake. Might as well be patient and bring up a right child.
Beautiful.
Do you agree?
Beautiful. I completely agree. 100%. I'm literally keeping quiet to listen to you. What all you have observed. I also speak about marriage, and I also speak about family. I also speak about family legacy in this channel. So my question to you will be, what is the role of a husband or a wife, and what is the role of their mutual love, that they are together in this legacy called marriage, that does not kill the creativity of a child? Because if they have to become an author, that
Right.
creativity should not be killed because of the dramas of the parents,
Yes. Yes.
dramas of
Absolutely.
the dramas of the in-laws,
Right.
dramas of the school teachers.
Yes.
So there are a lot of dramas which is feeding the adult's ego world, that kills the child's creativity.
Right.
So can you
Right.
speak about the responsibility of the family, extended family, teachers' responsibility for not killing a child's creativity, and in fact, facilitating to open up?
Absolutely. Yes. As I already told you, there are two humans have thought of coming together to create a beautiful, to be blessed with a beautiful creation. That is, they have been the medium for it. Okay. At the same time, we as a parents, like, today our duty as a parent, definitely both of them have their own, both of them have their own role in it. Okay. When I say mother, sometime in this society, uh, hierarchically, if you say, parents, mother is better off taking care. If we go back and see this beautiful pattern, what nature has blessed us with, we mothers have given birth to a child. Though a husband or a partner is equally responsible for this, I believe this creation is nurtured better in a mother's hand. What all we expect from a husband or a father is to do his duty or do his role equally, but at the same time, the way a mother can mend it, okay, no one else can mend children. And while I say that, that doesn't mean that fathers don't have any responsibility towards their future or something like. Their duties does not limit to it doesn't limit it do not limit to only earning money, but at the same time, when mother is very when mother is all the time with children, even for that matter, even if you're working mother, you tend to spend little more time with child, right? So you need to identify. I would tell all the mothers, because as you rightly said, Vimla, I completely agree. Children are the most, they pay the heaviest cost when we adults create any kind of a trauma, drama. Okay, it could be family drama, it could be differences between husband and wife. So I believe as a mother, number one, see, we have enough population. Okay, just for the sake of being a mother, or my partner needed that, family need not become a mother. Okay, number one, we all can do that, we can all can stand up for that, right? So if you're settling down to something like this, means somewhere you were selfish too, right? Because you wanted to be in that relationship somewhere, you wanted to, you wanted to compromise to your ideas. Okay, number one. Number two, if you have given birth to a child, completely surrender your thought process to the child's upbringing, because now a child may oppose. Yes, it is definitely, a father's role is so important. When they two together come, you can nurture them better. Okay, But your question is something when the family dramas go on and on, how do you protect a child from this? Mother's important role is to stand by the child, give a psychological comfort all the time to children. Okay, if you would have seen that, even like even in, for that matter, we have grandparents, they're extra loving, extra caring. Sometimes parents have to fight for that. Please don't love them so much, they're getting
Well,
spoiled. Yeah. So but where is your see, if the it is about, if it is about their say, if it is about where you have to obey, you have to stand by your child. Somewhere you need to draw the line. This is my child, let me take care of it. If you do not know much about it, let the better, and never bring your ego. If someone is suggesting you a better way for your child, also this is also another part of it, let them suggest. It's, after all, what you want is not your ego to be satisfied, it is your child's betterment. If your grandparent or anyone else is suggesting something, let them. Identifying their creativity, for that matter, any skill for that matter, as I told you, spending some quality time with them, observing them, sharing with them. I heard from one very very old say, this is an old saying, but a beautiful thing. Spend so much, waste, rather not spend, waste so much of time with your children so that they know love is for free. How beautiful quote it is. That is my anthem in my life. It, let them know this love is for free. So don't make it conditional. If you do this, I will spend time with you. If you do that, no, they deserve, they deserve you. They deserve all your time, all your attention. In fact, or in the course of life, if you are trying to you're not able to do that, that's perfectly okay, but make good of it by one or the other way, and we all can make it.
beautifully said. Wow, beautifully said. My next question for you will be, what is it one tip for parents who have a chatterbox child? How to, definitely I'm going to put all your details in the description box and they're going to get in touch with you. They need that
Sure.
help.
Sure.
How they
Yes.
can help the child understand that their talking can be channelized as an, into becoming an author.
Yes.
So what is that
Yes.
one tip for parents?
Yes, identify, not necessarily. Creativity is something we think my child cannot write, or my child cannot be creative. Creativity could be in any way. It could be art, it could be writing, it could be dance. But then the basic is writing. Why I would say is, before anything, the first we learn to talk, and then we learn to, probably write and then read, and then we started, so every child knows how to create, but then how to, there is a channel to create, stimulate their creativity. Okay, what all their thought process, just every child is different, and they have, if you today, in today's generation, if you look at them, they have so much, they're abundant with their thought process. They have lot of ideas. Whatever the children come to me, they have beautiful, I sometimes I get overwhelmed with their thought process. Oh god, this could be, I look at their stories, I'm so amazed. They are all amazing, where most of the parents believe they cannot even write. They came to my 5 days workshop, and then they found there, my child can create as well. Yes, one can create, and number one. Number two, so not only writing, when you said, like, how to, what is the, when a child is a chatterbox, what do you basically do? uh, Engage them with something where your brain works more than your mouth. So as long as, if you are a talkative person, you are given some work, which demands more of your intelligence, uh, automatically your child's energy will flow from mouth to brain. It could be some great, as I told you, you need to identify that what is your, what is that they're liking. For that, you need to spend some time with them. In fact, whatever the time you spend, be attentive on them. This is one thing.
They send lot of signals to us. In fact, they send lot of signals.
Absolutely.
We ignore them, and we are superficially listening to them, or we are multitasking when we are babysitting with them. They send, in fact, they send a lot of signals. Okay, so if I have to give you 60 seconds for you, what is that one advice or a tip you will give to stimulate the parents' brains, which is already almost sometimes dead because of their stress, because of the multitasking they do, because of the pressure of handling the family? What does a parent can do? Because unless a parent is stimulated to do all this, they will go and dump them in some classes, thinking that this will suit my child or this class will suit my child. The parents should have that natural, we all had the natural ability, but we are distracted because of that materialistic world or the busy world, or we are chasing something nowadays. How can you stimulate the parents' creativity? It calls for a creative brain. Parents have to have that creative brain to identify or to watch for the signal that the child is spending. In fact, they can go into academics. Children can definitely go into academics, but they can find out the right creative aspect so that they can put in the respective classes and not put in any class which is close to my home. Or just put in any class to engage them and not watching TV or whatever. We are wasting the child's time. I feel by 30 the child should be able to find its gift and start working towards it. We are wasting literally children's time. I have grown up children, and I know how much time I have wasted their time, and in not identifying what exactly they like and then nourishing that. So how can parents reduce the time and not waste time in identifying the gift of the child, for which they need to develop some creative brain? Give me one tip for that. If you have 60 seconds, what will you say?
For parents, I would say, please go ahead and talk to your children. That is the whatever, irrespective of age, please, if it is 2, 3, he will tell you what he wants. Listen to his instincts, number one. Number two, accept that his thought process can be different from you. Please accept that. Third, he's all the needs, or all the requirements, or what he wants to be could be different from whole world. Accept that wholeheartedly, and please let him. It's a one life for him. You are blessed to be a medium for them, medium for it, and please let them live that life.
I'll also add my please allow your child to do what he or she wants to do. Don't waste their time. And in this information age, people can get everything at a snip of a time. And if only we listen to the children. I'm going to share Khalil Gibran's poem in the description box also. Your children are not your children. I think you would have read that. Your children are not your children, though they have come through you. They are not yours. So they are moving forward. They are not going backward. So don't dump all your childhood hurt onto the child and say that this I didn't get in my life, so you do only this to satisfy my ego. Please don't do that. Yes. So Roopashri, thank you so much for coming on the show. This has healed some of my wounds also, because I was a working mother.
Thank you so
I
much.
was a working mother, and I haven't spent much time with my children, and I'm working on my guilt. I am also overcoming those guilt by spending a lot of time now with my children. So it is a healing session for me, literally saying it was a healing session for me.
Thank you.
I never expected that. And if I'm healed, when many mothers who are listening, many fathers who are listening, many families who are listening, let us not make the mistakes that some of our parents, including me, who have done that mistake of not able to handle our time with our children. The lost time is already lost.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Though I'm spending a lot of time with my grown-up girls right now, whatever I lost is lost. And so I'm trying to catch up all the time that I didn't spend with them, all that I lost. I'm trying to catch up with that. But one message for all the parents who are watching is whatever you lost is lost. Whatever damage you have done to the children is done. You can't undo the damage. So please make sure that you contact people like Roopashri and find out the author in your child and find out what they are overdoing. Whatever they are overdoing is a creative, which is not being channelized. You agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So whatever they're doing, don't think it is a problem to be taken to the doctor or problem to be spoken to some teachers as a complaint or problem to be spoken with the neighbors as my child is doing this. Stop that and take that as a clue or a signal that that is the part which has to be channelized and give fresh life to your child. And thank you so much. I love you so much for whatever you spoke.
Thank you, Vimala.
I wish all the parents who wants their children to be, all of us have that bucket list of becoming an author. Thank you so much. I love you. Healing session. Really healing.
Thank you. Thank you, Vimala. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
So that's from me. That's from me, guys. That was Roopashri Sinha from Mumbai. She is a kids. No, she is coaching all the kids to become an author and also helping kids to become a leader by helping them channelize their energy into reading books. And she's been conducting a lot of classes for children. Please contact her and get in touch with her. I'm going to share all the inputs about her in the description box. Let's all come together as parents and bring a beautiful future, bring beautiful children into this beautiful world by channelizing the energy. So as I told you, I have made a lot of mistakes in the past with my children. You don't need to repeat all that. That's why I'm bringing a lot of people into this channel. Please watch this video, like, share, and subscribe. Share it with many people. So we are talking about marriage. We are talking about bringing up children. We are talking about love. We are talking about passion. We are talking about women empowerment. All these we are talking to bring a very peaceful world. So becoming soulful is we all have to tap into our soul and find out what our soul wants and start doing that rather than chasing behind something which is not fulfilling us at all. So thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm conducting a one-on-one coaching and one-on-one interview call to identify the money blocks in women. So please connect with me through my WhatsApp if you want to be interviewed to find out whether you have money blocks. And we can also have a mini coaching on how to remove your money blocks and start working on the passion and start making money work for us. So please contact. I will be putting my WhatsApp link in my description box. Please come and connect with me and find out if you have any money blocks. So if you are an ambitious woman, if you're married or planning to get married, find out if you have any money blocks by connecting with me through my WhatsApp. We'll just spend 20 minutes for that and we'll work on your money blocks. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. More interesting interactions with very passionate people who are making a difference in this world. Thank you. Bye-bye.